Shalom.
Yeah. Mic check 1 2, you hear me? 144 back again. Run it back. Yeah. It's time to leave the enemy desolate. I'm heaven sent. These niggas just on some extra shit, and I ain't impressed with it. Could you kick that bullshit to the left of me? Hey, look, you can't deny this excellence. I use this mic like weaponry, and I've been seeking more clarity. Right now, I'm ready as I'll ever be, rugged as I ever been. The devil knocking at my door, I'ma let him in. Cause I'm a worthy adversary. Pour them liqueur laced with rosemary. It's time to grind, ain't no time to tarry. Take one of mine, get your soul carried. I got them worry, plus these niggas full of estrogen. They fickle, they false. Got a big ball, so end up in the real issue. Fuck with my brethren, I deal with you. Yeah, look, it's getting real official. Seeing how the bitches can cross you, and how they still twist you. It'll hit you, they peel the tissue. Them mothers weak, my brother's been sent to the deep. So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. I said I don't want to see no more. Hey, in my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. But I don't want to see no more.
Beat the cops, beat the ops, beat the motherfucking eyes. I'm the one. Why you think that I've been rolling with a Kai? Your little arms is too short to hotbox with God. French is long, team strong with them, a gun, die would die. Tired of these fake snakes, crooked Nate to oppress Jake. No pressure makes diamonds I won't break on this crooked landscape. We gon' make some shake, so I ain't got time to argue with you fucking reprobates. While these crackers getting richer when we raise the crime rate, and they hunt my people like gorillas and some primates. So we in these streets trying to raise a brother's mind state in every concrete jungle, from Cali to the tri-state. I buried brothers over beef that they couldn't squash. Blood.
Say these prayers. Sorry, put on Uncle Nam. Rise, turn, face the east. We'll do the prayers.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malatuka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawat with Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawat with Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabia Ayadawa, Banasaya 1, Abong, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakut, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Lawalumium, Amun.
In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Ka Makala, Waka Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakuyim, Hamathium, Hakak, our Rakawat, Hatama Allah, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Tawaram.
In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power, the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
This is the prayer for the blessings. Barakat, it's like in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Mayaka Alam, Wa Alahayim, Matazabiyah, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawapim, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazanyan, Slaki, Ha Kwatazanyan, Ha Kayoyoyum, Ha Agwatian, Yahweh Bash, Slaki, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shah, the water Aman.
In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Salaki. Good night. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahariam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayaka Kaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Malkarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawaatka, Mayata, Wa'aid Awalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes to the hills.
For whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore.
This is the book of Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al Dama Yalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kaya, Hana, Awayabika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Aimaka, Ya'ara Yawam, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'ai Tazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakakitum, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Alam, Awada, Kaya, Nawai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryat, Yakaratwa, Aholia, Adawam, Wayashim Alam, Yum, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Mu'aimalak, Palashat, Am Yashabya, Tazawar, Gam Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labaya Lawat, Selah, Aisha Laham, Kamajim, Kaisaya Salaka, Kasaya, Kayabian, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwan, Bayan Diara, Hayawa, Daman, La Adma Slakia, La Adama, Yashayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Ka'irab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kanayasa Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rasha, Lanawa, At, Na'awat, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Lapanya Rakwa, Ka'ash, Tabaaya Ra'ira, Wakalahaba, Talahat, Hariyam, Khan, Taradatma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahalam, Malaha, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Baholwa, Adyaai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Ata, Shumka, Yahawa, Labadka, Ayawan, Al Kaha Arataza.
In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. The name of Yasha Allah may be no more remembrance. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sarah, as to Jabin, the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Abba and as Amunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the burneth a wood, And as the flames set of the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, Sar. Hey, shall be seated. We'll pick up where we left off last week. We are now in the book of Genesis, chapter 34. We're going to start in verse 10. Of course, you know we're going to read in the Hebrew first, and then we're going to go to the English. Feel free to follow along, ask your questions, type in the chat. All right.
Come on, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 10. Wa'ata nawa, tasha bawa, waha rataza, taha yaha, la panya kum, shabwa, wasa ka rawa, waha ka zab, waha kazawa, ba, or ba'a, verse 11. Waya amar shakam al abaya wa all aka akya amataza'a hun kan ba'ai ba'aya naya come wa ashar ta'amarwa alya Athan, verse 12. Harabawa, Alya, Ma'id, Mahar, Wa Matan, Wa Ta Na, Ka Ashar, Ta'amarwa, Alya, Wata Nawa, Laya, At, Hana La Asha, verse 13. Waya Anawa, Banya, Yaquab, Ath, Shakam, Wa'at, Ta Slakin, Kama War, Abba Yawa, Bama Rama, Wayada Barwa, Ashar, Slakin, Tama I, At Daya Na Ak Ta Aktum, verse 14. Waya Amarwa Alayahum La'a Nawakal La'ai Shawat Hadabar Hazah Latat At Aka Nawa La'ayash Ashar Lawa Ira La Kaya Karapa Hawa'a La Nawa, verse 15. Ak, Aka, Baza At, Wat, Lakam, At, Taha Yawa, Kama Nawa, Laha Mal, Lakam, Kal, Zakar, verse 16. Wanata Nawa, At, Banata Ya Nawa, Lakam, Wa'at, Bana Tayakam, Na Kwak, La Nawa, Wayasha, Wayashab Nawa, Atakam, Waha Yaya Nawa, La'aim, Akkad. Come on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 10 in the English. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get ye possessions. So like get you possessions therein. Verse 11. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what you shall say unto me I will give. Verse 12. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. Verse 13. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor, his father, deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah, their sister. And verse 14. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to the to one that is uncircumcised.
That's so heavy. He was a heathen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not our custom to, to give our, we got to start bringing that back, man. Uncircumcised heathen. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just a physically uncircumcised, but in your mind, like you're not an Israelite, man. Right. Our culture is married within our family, man. These brothers are trying to do the right thing, but go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 14 at the end. For that were a reproach unto us. Verse 15. But in this we consent, in this will we consent unto you, if you will be as we be, that every male of ye be circumcised. Verse 16. Then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people.
Good night.
Right. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 17 in the Hebrew. Wa'am la'ah tasha ma aiwa alaya nawa laha ma wal wala kwa ka nawa at bata nawa wahala kanawa. Verse 18. Wayaya to ba wayaya to wabwa the bar ya ba'ai ya naya hamawar wa ba'ai ya naya shakam ban kama war. Verse 19. Wala akar hana ar la'ai shawat hada bar kaya kapataza baba babat Yaquab wa'a naka bar Macau bayath abba yawa. Verse 20. Waya ba'a hamawar waya washakum banwa al sha'ar ayaram waya dabar waya dabarwa al anya Unshaya Ayaram La Amar. Verse 21. Ha'ana Shayam Ha'ala Ha'ala Shala Mayam Hum Ata Nawa Waya Shabwa. It's like Waya Shabwa Ba'aratiza Waya Saka Rawa Ata Waha it's like a waha arataza hana rakanat. Come on. Yadayam lapanya hum at bana hum nakwak lanawa lana shayam wa at bana ta yanawa na ta nathan lahum. Verse 22. Aka bazaat ya'atawa lanawa ha'a na ya nasham ha'a na yasham ha'a na shayam la shabat ata atanum la haya wat la aim akad ba'a bahama wal lanawa Kal Zakar Ka Ashar Hum Nala Nama Layum. Verse 23. Makwa Naham Wakwa na Ya Num Wakal Baha Mathum Halawa'a Lanawa Hum Aka Na'a Wa. Come. Nawata, Lahum, Wayashabwa, Ata, Athnawa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse, chapter 34, verse 17 in the English. But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter and we will go, we will be gone. Verse 18, and their words pleased Hamor, and Shechem Hamor's son. Verse 19, and the young man deferred not to do the thing because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. Verse 20, and Hamor and Shechem, his son, came into the gate in their city and communed with the men of their city, saying, verse 21, these men are peaceable with us. Therefore, let them dwell in the land and trade therein, for the land, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Verse 22. Oh, only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised as they are circumcised. Verse 23. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wayashamaiwa, Al, Kamawar, Wa'al, Shechem, Banwa, Kal, Yataza'ah, Ya, Sha'ar, Aya Rawa, Waya Malawa, Kal, Zakar, Kal, Yataza'ah, Ya, Sha'ar, Aya Rawa, verse 25, Waya Haya, Bayawam, Hasha Laya Shaya, Baha Ya Wa Thum, Ka'a Bayam, Waya Kwa Ka Wa, Shanya, Banya, Yaquab, Shamai, Wa Shamaiwan, Salaki, Wala Wa Ya, Atya, Salaki Akia, Daya Na, Ayash, Karaba, Salaki, Karabwa, Waya Ba, Awa, Al, Ha'a, Ya Ha'ayar, Batak, Ya Waya Ha Ragar, Slaka, Waya Ha Ragawa, Kal, Zakar, verse 26, Wa'at, Kamawar, Wa'at, Shakam, Banwa, Hara Gawa, Lapaya, Karab, Ya Slaka, Waya Kwa Kawa, At, Daya Na, Maba Yat, Shakam, Wayataza Wa, Salaki. Verse 27, Banya, Yaquab, Ba'awa, Al, Haka Lala Yom, Waya Bazar, Ha Ayar, Ashar, Tama'awa, Aka Akwa Thum. Okay, come. Come.
24 to 30.
In the English,
When would you start at?
I started at 17 through
23, yeah.
23.
You ready for
Oh, okay, so like, no, you too
I
well.
thought you was on the 34 to 30. You good?
Okay, come.
If where you at now, you stopped at 27, 26?
Come.
Okay, next thing we'll just, yeah, you good.
All right, come.
Read
So,
down from, we was at verse 17 to 23.
okay, in the English.
Yep.
Come. I've done the English. Come. So this is
Yeah, just English, I think, yeah.
so for Genesis 34 and 24 in the English.
But, yeah, so 30, okay, so you already read 17, 23.
Come, and then
24 to 30, so you got to
okay, I got a few more then. Come. I got you now. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 28 in the Hebrew. At, Taza Anam, Wa'at, Bakwaram, Wa'at, Kaya Kamara Yahum, Wa'at Ashar Ba'ayar Wa'at Ashar Bashada La Kwakawa. Verse 29. Wa'at Kaya Lum Wa'at Kal Tapum Wa'at Nasha Yahum Shabwa Waya Bazar Wa'at Kal Ashar Babayath. Verse 30. Waya Amar Yaquab Al Shema I one Salaka Shemai one Wa'al La Ya I Salaka Ikaratwa Salaka Ikarathum Akya. No, it's like Atya Laha Ba'a Ya Shanya Ba Yashab Ha'aratazar Baka Na I Naya Waba Pa Ra Zaya Wa'a Naya Mata Matya Masa Par Wa Na A Sapawa Alya Wahaka Wa Naya Wana Shah Madatya Salaki Anya Wabayatya. Now this okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 24 in the English. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. Verse 25. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that the two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, the Nas brethren, took each man his sword and came up, so I came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. Verse 26. Good. Now they were ready for war. Yeah. Verse 26. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. Verse 27. The sons of Jacob came upon the slain and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. Verse 28. They took their sheep and their oxen and their asses, and that which was in the city and that which was in the field. Verse 29. And all their wealth and all their little ones and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. Verse 30. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and not being few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed in my house. Sorry, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 34, verse 31 in the Hebrew. Waya Amarwa Haka Zawa Na Aya Salaki Ya I Sha At Akawat Nawa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar Alahayim Al Yaquab Kawam Aliyah Salaki Allah Bayat Al Washab Sham Wa I Shat Salaki Wa I Shah Sham Mazabak La Al Hanara'a Alayak Baba Rakak Mapanya Aisha Aishwa Akyak Akyak. Verse 20, verse 2. Waya Amar Yaquab Al Bayatwa Wa Al Kal Ashar Imwa Hasa Rawa At Al Haya Al Haya Hana Kar Ashar Bata Kakum Wahata Ha Rawa Wahaka La Pawa Shamala Ta Yakum. Verse 3. Wana Kwawa Ma Wana Al La Bayath Al Wa Aisha Sham Mazabak Salakia Laal Ha'ana Atya Bayawam, Tazaratwa, it's like a Tazaratya, Wayahaya, Ima Daya, it's like Amadya, Bada Rock, Ashar, Halakat, verse 4, Wayatanya, it's like a Wayatano, Salaka, Wayatanwa, Al, Yaquab, Ath, Kal, Alihaya, Alahaya, Hana, Kar, Ashar, Bayadam, Wa'ath, Hana, Mayam, Ashar, Ba'aza, Nayahum, Waya Tamam, Slacken, Waya Taman, Atham, Yaquab, Takat, Allah, Ashar, Aim, Shakam, verse 5, Waya Sa'iwa, Waya Haya, Katam, Slaka, Katat, Allah Hayom, Al, Ha'ai, Rayom, Ashar, Sabaya, Sabaya Bat Yaham. Good night. Right. Wala Rada Pawa, Akya, Slaka, Akarya, Banya, Yaquab, verse 6. Waya Ba'a, Yaquab, Lawaza, Ashar, Ba'arataza, Kana'ain, Hawa'a, Bayat, Al, Hawa'a, Wakal, Ha'aim, Ashar, Aimwa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 34 and 31 in the Hebrew, in the English. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with an harlot? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 1 in the English. And the Most High said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household, and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. Verse 3. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto the Most High, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went.
And that's heavy too. You know what I'm saying? He said he ain't gonna deal with our sister like no whore.
Right.
You know, we gotta get back to these things, man. You know what I mean? And arising and putting away these strange gods. You know, these strange gods we serve here in America are ridiculous. And the Most High still hates them. Yeah, we gotta get back to our culture, man, our heritage, man. Right. The traditions of what we do, not what America says is okay. All these strange gods, man. Christmas, your birthday, Easter, New Year's. We gotta get rid of that stuff, man. We gotta arise, man. You know what I'm saying? Be clean. We got to change our minds and our garments, man. This Bible is so heavy, and its history is heavy because it's real. And it's telling us that this is the guide and what we must do, man, in order for us to get out of this captivity that we're in. Good job, brother. Keep on reading. I'll take your time.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 4 in the English. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all their earrings which were in their ears.
All their what?
Earrings which were in their ears.
What was that again, Christian? All their what?
Earrings which was in their ears.
I thought it was gay for a little boy to wear earrings. You know what I'm saying? Like this right here, man, listen, ain't nothing wrong wearing earrings, man.
Right.
Just do it in the right spirit.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's been part of our people, man. We're glorious, man.
That's right.
We're beautiful. We got hair. We got earrings. We like to shine.
That's right.
So trying to fit in a little tight behind heathens, man. Ooh. They don't have no swag. They don't have no, they don't have that thing that we had. They're not the salt, man.
Right.
You can wear, ain't nothing wrong with a boy wearing earrings. There's nothing wrong with a woman wearing earrings.
Right.
You disgusting Christians. All the men in the church want to be pretty.
Good night.
Women can't wear pants. They can't wear makeup. They can't wear this or that. Can't wear 70 events. They won't even wear jewelry. You can't even wear earrings up in the church in there.
Right.
It's ridiculous, man.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, don't be ashamed. You're Israelite. Your father's an Israelite. Put them earrings in, man.
That's right.
Get your shine on. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead, brother.
Most High Christ. It says, which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak, which was by Shechem. Verse 5, and they journeyed, and the terror of the Most High was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. Verse 6, so Jacob came to Luz, which is so like in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 7 in the Hebrew. Wayaban, Sham, La Slakin, Mazabak, Waya Kwara'a, La Makwa Wam, Al Bayat, Al Kaya, Sham, Naga Lawa, Ala Yawa, Ha'alahayim, Barakawa, Mapanya, Akya verse 8. Wata mat dabara mana maya nakwat rabakwa wata kwa bar mata kat la laba slaki labayat al takat ha'a lawa waya kora'a shamwa al Awan Bakawat, verse 9. Wayara'a Alahayim Al Yaquab I Wad Baba Awa Mapa Dan Aram Waya Barak Atwa, verse 10. Waya Amar Lawa Alahayim Shamka Yaquab La'a Yaqua Ra'a Shamka I Wad Yaquab Kaya Sham Slaka Yasha Allah Yahaya Shamka Waya Kora'a At Shamwa Yasha Allah, verse 11. Waya Amar Lawa Alahayam Anya Al Shadia Para Wara Ba Ga Goya Wakwa Hal Gawayum Yahaya Mama Slaka Mamak Wama Laka Slaka Wama Lakayum Maka Latazayak Yataza Awa, verse 12. Yeah, come. Wa'at Ha'arataza Ashar Natatya La Aba Raham Wa Laya Taza Kwak Laka Ata Na Atana Slaka Atan Na come Atana Ha come that Na right come so it's Atan Na come Walazara Aka Akar Yak Akan Slaka Atan At Ha'arataza, verse 13. Waya'al Ma'al Yawa Alahayam Bama Kwawam Ashar Dabar Atwa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 7 in the English. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because the power appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. Verse 8. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak. And the name of it was called Alon Bakuth. Verse 9. And the power appeared unto Jacob again, and when he came out of Padanaram and blessed him. Verse 10. And the power said unto him, thy name is Jacob, thy name shall be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name, and he shall call his name Israel. And he called his name Israel. Verse 11. And the power said unto him, I am the Most High Almighty. The power Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. Verse 12. And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed thee will I give the land. It's like after thee I will give the land. Verse 13. And the power went up from him in the place where he talked with him. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 14 in the Hebrew. Wayatazab, Yaquab, Matazabah, Bama Kwawam, Ashar, Dabar, Atwa, Matazabat, Aban, Waya Sak, Aya Alaya, Nasak, Wayatazak, Alaya, Shaman. Verse 15. Wayakara, Yaquab, At, Sham, Hama, Kwawam, Ashar, Dabar, Atwa, Sham, Alayaham, Slaka, Alhaya, Salaka, Alahayam, Bayath, Al, verse 16, Wayasa Iwa, Maba Yath, Al, Wayahaya, Iwad, Kaba Rat, Ha'aratiza, Laba Wa'a, Apara Ta, Waha, Slaki, Watalad, Rakal, Waka, Slaki, Watakwash, Bala, da Balata. Verse 17, Wayahaya, Baha Kwa Shata, Ba La Da Ta, Wata Amar La, it's like Laha, Hamaya Ladat, Al, Haya, it's like Taya Ra'aya, Kaya, Gum, Za, Laka, Bun, verse 18, Wayahaya, Batazaat, Napasha, Kaya, Mata, Wata, Kora'a, Shamwa, Ban, Awa, Awanya, Wa'a, Baya, Slaki, Wa'a, Baya, Wa, Kwara'a, Lawa, Banya, Mayan, verse 19, Watamat, Rakal, Wata Bar, Bada Rak, Aparata, Hawa'a, Bayat, Lakam, verse 20, Wayatazab, Yaquab, Matazaba, Al, Quabarata, Hawa'a, Matazabat, Quabarat, Rakal, Aid, come on, Hayawam. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 14 in the English. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone, and he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where the power spake with him, Bethel. Verse 16. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was but a little way to come to Ephrath, and Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. Verse 17, and it came to pass when she was in hard labor that in the midwife said unto her, fear not, thou shalt have this son also. Verse 18, and it came to pass as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benani, but his father called him Benjamin. Verse 19, and Rachel died and was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. Verse 20, and Jacob set a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave upon this day. The book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 21 in the Hebrew. Wayasai, Yasha'ala, Wayat, Haha, it's like Aha La, Maha La'a, Lama Gadal, Idar, verse 22, Wayahaya, Bayashakan, Yasha'ala, Ba'aratazar, Hahawa'a, Wayalak, Ra'awa Ban, Wayasha Kab, At, Balaha, Paya Lagash, Ana Abba, Zakir, Abya Waya Shamai, Yasha'ala, Pa, Wayaha, it's like Waya, it's like Wayahayawa, Banya, Yaquab, Shun Yum, Ishar, verse 23, Banya, La'ah, Bakawar, Yaquab, Ra'a, Waban, Washa Ma'aiwan, Salaka, Salakin, Washa Ma'aiwan, good night. Salakin, Walaya, Waya Hawa Da, Waya Shah Shakar, Waya Zabah, Waya Zab Bawal, Salaka, Waya Zabalawan, good night. Right, that's right. Kawaka. Start calling Benoni. Good night. Kawaka. Verse 24. But recall Yahweh Sap Waba Waban Yaman. Verse 25. Waban Balaha Shapakat Rakal done wada slaki wana pa kalaya verse 26 wabanya zalapa shapakat la God wa shar Allah banya yaquab ashar yalad lawa bakpa down aram. What was the last? Okay, come on. Verse 27. Waya Baal, Yaquab, Al, Yatazakak, Abba Yawa, Mama Ra'ah, Quara'at, Slaki Quarayat, Ha'a Rabbi, Hawa'ah, Kaba Rawan, Ashar, Gar, Shum, Abraham, Wayatazakak. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 35, verse 21 in the English. And Israel sojourned, and Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Edar, verse 22. And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12, verse 23. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. Verse 24. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And verse 25. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan, and Naphtali. Verse 26. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad, and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padanaram. Verse 27. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Mamre, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. That's it. I don't know.
Mariam, sorry. Turn face to the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. We'll close out with the prayers.
This is the book of this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malatuka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Kayawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawafanawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawayanawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ayanawa, Banasayawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Waha'ala, Wataparat, Lawalamyam, Aman.
In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is the prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baba Kashah, Nathan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Lara Pa'ah, Ka Makala, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamat Zarayim, Hakak, Lahakwim, Hamatium, Hakak, Al Ra Kawat, Hatama'ala, Lagarshan, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, the water among.
In the English, Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
This is the prayers for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, Wa Malka Alam, Wa Alahayim, Matazabiyah, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawapyam, Ha Saranyam, Ha Kwatazayoyom, Ha Kayoyom, Ha Agwatyam, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, the water among.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanded during YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayunya, Ahariam, Mayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Ayatan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Ayad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ayaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makarai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaatka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'ata, Wa'aid Iwalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayam, Al Dami Alakam, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayam, Hana, Awayabya, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Aimaka, Ya'ariyawa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'atazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwan, Lakawa, Wanakakidum, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham Yasha Alam, Awada, Kaya, Nawa Atazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahaya, Adawam, Wayashima'ala, Yom, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashak, Labunya Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamajin, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Banakal, Koyashwan, Nashamadwa, Ba'aya Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yabmawa, Ka'irab, Wakazaba, Wakazabak, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kalnayasakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rasha, Lanawa, At, Na'awat, Alahayam, Alhaya, Shayatamwa, Kagakala, Kakwash, Lapanya Raka, Ka'ash, Ta'ayara Ira, Wakalahaba, Tahalat, Hariyam, Khan, Taradatma, Bayasaraka, Wabasa, Wapatka, Tabahala, Mala'a, Panahayam, Kwalawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaharwa, Adyaid, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadawa, Kaya'ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Al-Kaha Arataza.
Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah may be in no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes, as Zebah and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Sorry. But in Israel, gird thyself, prepare us through the Torah.
Oh, Salaki. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute unto the teacher. Men of Israel, Amab Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Brakatah, Yahya Matah, your sisters as well. Okay, men of Israel, we got sorry face the sisters. Men of Israel, we're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Ma Shabbat, Imagine, Barak, Yahweh, Shalom, Lashem Abshah, Yahya Matah, because Sabbath dismissed.